I've been trying to look at my meditation as a way to give instead of a way to get. What is the best way to practice that?
That is such a beautiful question and statement, because Swamiji's moksha, the day he left his body, is April 21st. And of course, we celebrate that. We celebrate his freedom. We celebrate our own freedom, even through that. But to get ready for that program that we'll do right from here, live stream just like this, on Tuesday evening, I was watching a lot of video of Swamiji. Several friends of mine sent me a lot of videos, and of course, we all have our own. We can find Swamiji everywhere. But one moment in the video was so particularly touching to me. I kept going back and watching it and watching it. Swamiji was sitting in a chair and he's speaking. And I can't recall right now because, again, I've watched so many of the videos, what the event was, but it was something saying, not simply Swamiji giving a talk, though that was always an event in and of itself, but something was happening. And Swamiji was in the chair, and everybody was in front of him, but there's one person behind him. Swamiji probably knew, but he didn't mention it. It didn't become part of the scene. And she's, or he, down on their knees behind Swamiji, just sending him energy. Really brought tears to my eyes. We're very used to being on the receiving end, particularly when it's a great teacher, our guru. When we pray, we think of it as asking for something. When we meditate, we're making ourselves open channels. But to take advantage of those moments where our consciousness is raised, like during meditation, and give whatever it is you want to give. Take that gift and hold it at the point between the eyebrows. I've told this story so often recently. It's just come up. I will not tell the whole story, but I will tell you, and I imagine that many of you have had some similar experience, but a moment where I so desperately wanted to pray for a young woman who I call my niece, but she's not in blood, but she is. She's actually almost like a daughter, really, to me. She was in trouble. She lived in Virginia. I live in California. But I sat at my altar with my hands raised, praying with everything in me. Master, let her feel this love. Let this love go to her and heal her, if not in body. This was my prayer, in mind and soul. I was praying so hard for her with such pure, unconditional love. Master went to her, and he lifted her up out of her bed. She told me the next day, Shanti, I had this dream. Nobody will believe me, but it wasn't a dream. I know it was you. I know you came and you were holding me. And these were the words that were so exquisite. She said to me, you were holding me too tightly, or too tight. Forgive me. I don't know what's grammatical there. It was too strong. You were almost hurting me. She said, and I wanted to say to you, like, let me go a little, loosen up. She said, but I realized, she used that word, realized. For us, that means she didn't think it, she didn't make it up, she wasn't working her way through this in the mind. I realized, she said, I would probably never be loved like this again. Those were her words, not a religious or spiritual woman, not someone who knows anything about our path. But she knew she would never be loved like that again. Now, she might be loved like that again. I will pray for her that she will be. She'll never be loved better, more, whatever adjective you want to put in there. No, there's no adjective. That was God's love, not my love, God's love. Because I had sat to meditate, it was so sincere, God's grace came and took that all the way across country, something I could never do, and appeared to her with that unconditional love, because I was offering it. I wasn't taking. And I know for sure that when we offer something from that place of uplifted consciousness at the end of meditation, that vibration goes out into this world in ways we simply cannot imagine. I have this really, I should be embarrassed to share this, but I'm going to share it anyway. I had a beautiful meditation here this morning. We meditated for an hour, and it was just a sweet meditation, you know, the way they can be sometimes. And as I was coming out of it, I said to myself, or the thought came to me, it is so perfect to meditate before anything and everything that's meaningful. Now, meaningful to me right now meant this, receiving questions, being with so many of you, really wanting the answers to come from some place other than Shanti. Now, the reason I said I should be embarrassed is, of course, it's good to meditate before everything. I don't know why that thought came to me, but it was sweet. It's fine. It came like, thank goodness we meditated, because I meditated when I awakened this morning at home. But I was so grateful that we started this with an hour of meditation, because it transforms our consciousness. And from that place, everything is better. So meditate and then offer. That's what the little bird was told. Share with all as you have received, for you are a part of all that is. It's a beautiful, beautiful inspiration that you've had. So thank you for sharing that.